So the video I'm doing today is on what makes you sexually appealing, what makes you a siren to others, basically. What draws people in your about your aura sexually. And so we have four piles, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And take a moment to get in touch with your higher self, listen to your intuition, and pick the pile you're most drawn to. And we're going to get started with pile 1. Let me get these other ones out of the way. So for pile 1, I think you're somebody who's very playful and joyful, maybe even very innocent, sweet kind of feeling to you, somebody very happy and positive, optimistic, somebody who communicates very well from the heart, somebody who's very loving, somebody who has a very deep heart, very deep emotions, and maybe very emotional experience when you have sex with someone. So anyway, we have you are an old soul and you lead others with your wisdom. Yeah. Communicating very effectively from your heart. And you even teach others a lot. You have you have faith in your dreams, and faith spreads. So you have a very high belief system, a lot of faith, a lot of trust in the higher purpose and the higher reason for everything that happens in your life. A lot of trust that everything's for your greatest good overall. Your sense of humor brings lighthearted energy to any situation. So yeah, once again, very playful and fun, very witty, has a lot of... You're very good at communicating in general. You love others unconditionally, but you walk away when necessary. You can love from afar. So yeah, you're somebody who is very emotional, like very deep. You have very deep emotions. You love people very unconditionally, but at the same time you have healthy boundaries and you don't let anybody into your life that isn't going to bring you something good with it. If they're bringing negative energy into your life, no, not going to put up with that. Your generosity inspires others to give, and it comes without strings. So you're somebody very generous, very giving. You may even be very giving in the bedroom as well. And you don't hold it over anybody's head. It doesn't give you that ego trip when you're being that way. And we have the Chariot. So you're somebody who really takes the actions necessary to balance your emotions, to remain grounded. You're somebody who really follows your path with a high sense of intuition, letting it lead you towards your happiness. You may possibly even take others towards awakening as well. Somebody who is able to perceive emotions from a different perspective. Now for the good stuff. The High Priestess, the King of Cups, the Knave of Pentacles, the Five of Chalices, the Five of Wands, the Knave of Swords, the Moon, and the Four of Wands. So what do people find most appealing about you? What really draws them in? I think there's a lot of innocence and purity to you, even though you're an old soul. You're somebody who loves with a lot of innocence to you. You're somebody who really is very fun and playful and, puts a lot of love and energy in everything that you do. You're somebody who's very surprising, and keeps things fun and interesting. You may also even be somebody who really just moves in a certain way and stands in a certain way, that really just... I think people enjoy watching you move a lot. I think, yeah, a lot of people find it very attractive because you aren't willing to just accept any suitor. You're somebody that's looking for something specific, and if they don't got it, you don't want it. There may be a lot of competition for your time, for your energy. There may be a lot of people just watching you and waiting to see what you're going to do next. You're somebody who really likes to delve deep within your emotions to reflect on everything. You're somebody who's very intuitive and emotional. Somebody who's really very graceful as well. You may also be somebody people view as very innocent in a way. There may be a lot of people who jerk it to you if you're a female. Yeah, really. Either way. I think people really enjoy your breasts. There's a lot of pictures of exposed breasts. And I think people really enjoy your breasts. I think they enjoy how nurturing you are as well. I think you're somebody who has a lot of passion and fire in you, but not everybody gets to see it or experience it. You're somebody who really is very in tune with your higher self. You're somebody who's very aligned with your path. And you don't let just anybody access your energy. Maybe there's a lot of sexual energy exchanges too when you have sex. Maybe people also enjoy it because they feel like they got to go a long distance to get to the reward. They got to really work for it. They got to put in the effort to scale all these obstacles and challenges to get in to your door. People may also find it very attractive if you enjoy drinking when you're drinking and the playful energy that comes up in that sense as well. I think they enjoy how loving you are too, though. It's not just about sex with you, it's about love. It's a nice balance of passion and emotions. And then passion and then more emotions. And there's still some grounded, stable energy here as well as communication. Somebody who really is able to communicate effectively what they want and what they don't want. Somebody who's able to communicate what people may be doing wrong or what they're doing right. And I just noticed this little pearl here. It's like you're this hidden treasure. When people open it up, they're getting something they totally didn't expect. And I think they find that very attractive, very alluring about you. You may also maybe have really long curly hair. There's a lot of long curly hair in these pictures. Not necessarily though, because there's not very many pictures on here with short hair, and I have short hair. So maybe you also inspire very loving emotional feelings in others as well. Not just the fire and passion, but this like romantic, loving energy. You know how to discern who has good intentions and who doesn't. And if they're not good for you, you don't let them in. So that's what I have for this pile. I hope you really enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have some feedback, I'd love to hear it, or if you want to suggest a video for later, I'd love to hear that too. And we're moving to pile 2. So for pile 2, I think there's a lot of passion in you, a lot of sensuality. Maybe you have a high sex drive, but I think there's a lot of heart-centered feelings here as well. And I think you're somebody who really relies heavily on their intuition or the guidance they receive from the universe. You're somebody who is just able to sit back and relax and not worry. You're not somebody who gets anxious. You're somebody who really just enjoys the moment. You know your worth and you refuse to settle for less. Pile 1 had a lot of that in there too. You set healthy boundaries and don't allow others to walk on you, but you have a heart of gold. You are truly compassionate and understanding. Heart of gold. And, I don't think I think there's only two cards that say heart of gold on them out of the ones I made. I'm really not sure. But so, yeah, there's a lot of heart centered energy here. You're somebody who's really just very amazing. Your heart is amazing. You are somebody so compassionate, understanding, unconditionally loving, but at the same time, you are not a doormat for other people, period. And you're not going to settle for anything less than what you're worth. You don't care who gets you. You are unapologetically yourself. So you're somebody who speaks your truth and acts the way you want to act, and you really don't care what anybody else thinks. You're going to be you, period. And that's a very, very attractive energy to have. Sometimes it attracts in things we don't want as well as things we do want. So you're somebody who learns, somebody who isn't afraid to step into the new, somebody who has a lot of balance and is very grounded when going into a new situation, someone who enjoys learning, someone who lets people know what's up, lets people know what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. This pile is reminding me a fair amount of pile 1. Somebody who is very pure. That's kind of what I'm getting from that, pure. I don't know why. 6 of Wands, the Lovers, the Knave of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the 9 of Wands, Justice, 8 of Wands, the Hermit, and the Knave of Swords. So your youth may be something that's very attractive to others as well. You may be very youthful. Even if you're not young, you may have a very youthful presence about you. You're somebody who's very passionate, very filled with life, very creative and energetic, somebody who really speaks very effectively, somebody who loves learning and uncovering the hidden truths, somebody who dives deep within yourself to know yourself and encourages others to do the same. Somebody who's very fair and balanced. It's a very equal give and take. If you're not going to expect something from somebody else unless you're willing to give too, but you're also not going to give to others who aren't going to give to you either. Somebody who may be recognized a lot, somebody who is very victorious in your life, somebody who really is a balance of light and dark sides, your shadow and light side come into balance together. Somebody who really can be very sweet and innocent and can be very modest, maybe even out in public, very modest, but somebody who is very freaky in the sheets. Somebody who really, yeah, there's a lot of balanced give and take here. Somebody who you really enjoy touching others and holding others, and maybe you even sneak up on others and catch them off guard or catch them by surprise at times, and it's really very gets their blood pumping. And at the same time, you really enjoy others touching you as well and playing with you as well. I think you're somebody who is just really very fun. There's a lot of fun energy in this as well. A lot of playfulness, a lot of just being able to go with the flow, a lot of just, you may be somebody who really changes the cycles of the past. When you notice problems, you make the changes necessary because you learn from them and you grow. You may be somebody who really expresses yourself very passionately, very fiery, but not just in actions and words as well. I think people really enjoy your butt a lot. There's a lot of butt in this. But. Oh, deep strong one. But. Oh, and this one too. I think people really enjoy your butt a lot. If you're a man, it's more the chest. Really enjoy your chest. Or your hands. It could even be your hands if you're a man. I think people just really overall enjoy that you like having fun. Fun and passion, and you're willing to learn and grow as you go along. I think people really enjoy uncovering the secrets within as well, which kind of reminds me of them. Maybe you are very modest in the public, so they really don't know what they're getting when they're taking it off, but once they take it off, they want to keep it off. They just want to free that and let it out, and they don't want you to be ashamed of it or covering it up. And, I really don't think you are. I think you're somebody who, once you're exposed, you're just very free with it, very natural with it. I think you're very teasing and flirty. I think you're very, like, you taunt people a little bit in a way. Maybe you're very sassy and you really, like, you can't have this kind of energy, and then, they got to chase after it, that kind of thing. I think you really enjoy experimenting in the bedroom as well. Maybe even in life too, you're somebody who really enjoys experimenting, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, and really exploring your boundaries and what you would enjoy. There's a lot of different varying poses here, so maybe there's something new every time people see you as well. They notice something new, and that's very attractive as well when people when you're someone who's kind of mysterious to where everything isn't out in the open up front, but as you go, these layers are peeled off and people start to see more and more and more, and there's just new things every time. You may be somebody who really likes to shine a light on situations that need to be uncovered as well. And it may be too that you're very youthful and inexperienced, but you're willing to go out and experience life. And you have a lot of victories and success in that. You may have overcome a lot in your life as well, with very creative ways of dealing with things. And maybe you like to get creative in the bedroom as well, which is very enjoyable. It's it's good when things don't get stagnant, somebody who can change it up and switch things around. It's a really good quality to have. It may be almost like you're a different woman every single time. Like, this time you're this woman, this time you're this woman, this time you're this woman, and then you're this woman or this woman. It's like you're somebody who changes a lot, a chameleon. You can morph to any situation that you're in, kind of. You may be almost too hot to handle, too hot to touch. I don't know why that card was making me think that, but still you're somebody who's very stable, grounded, and reliable as well. There's a lot of red coloring in this. So, somebody very grounded, stable, reliable, somebody who, when you're in a commitment, you're committed. But at the same time, when you're not, you're willing to go out and have fun. So that's what I have for this pile. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you have any suggestions for future videos, I'd love to hear it. Or if you have any feedback you'd like to leave, I'd love to hear that as well. And I'm moving to pile 3. So for pile 3, I think you're somebody who's really a diamond in the rough. Somebody who may be very pure and innocent in your thoughts, in your intentions. Somebody who could be very spiritually connected. Somebody who has a lot of protection. Somebody who really is very, can appear rough on the outside, and but once you uncover things, you're somebody who's very beautiful on the inside. Somebody who is really very pure and sweet and has very high energy vibrations. Somebody who doesn't like to dwell in the negativity. You express yourself very effectively. You communicate freely and put others at ease. You never take the judgments of others as fact. You like to decide for yourself. That kind of comes with that purity of mind as well, too. Stubborn, strong, and resilient. Unstoppable and unbreakable. You are a born leader with courage and heart. You move swiftly and fearlessly in all that you do. So you're somebody who really is very bold, very, you may be somewhat aggressive, but in a loving way. Somebody who really doesn't take things at face value, but likes to uncover them for themselves. Kind of like, if you're a diamond in the rough, of course you're going to be okay with the other diamond in the roughs around you, right? You're not just going to judge a book based on its cover because you got a cover that people have maybe judged in the past. You communicate very effectively and it puts others at ease, and so, and maybe you're able to go for a really long time. Somebody also who is untamable, somebody who, yeah, holds your own. Being able to express yourself in the bedroom is a very good quality as well. So we have the Six of Cups, yeah. Innocent, youthful, playful, very high energy, somebody very deeply rooted and connected to the earth and the energies that it provides. Somebody very emotionally or equally giving in emotions, equally giving and taking in emotions. Somebody very playful, youthful, expressive. Somebody who really has no hidden intentions or motives, but is very pure of heart. We have the Seven of Cups, the Queen of Swords, Judgment, Nine of Cups. This is making me think that maybe you're waiting for a wish to come true where you might be